So last class we discussed about arrays, and then in the evening session we discussed about array inheritance topic, and we have discussed about different types of inheritance and all. So what do you mean by inheritance? Means inheritance is nothing but the proper process of acquiring the properties of one class into another class. Inheritance is nothing but it is the process of deriving a new class from an existing class. So inheritance is a process of deriving a new class from an existing class. And the old class can be called as superclass or base class or parent class. And the new class can be called as subclass, derived class, or a child class. And we have different types of inheritance. We have single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and then hybrid inheritance. Single inheritance in the sense getting a class or deriving a new class from an existing class, that can be called as what? Single inheritance. That means deriving a class from an existing class can be called as what? A single inheritance. That means we have a class called A, and what we are deriving a class called B from this A. So A can be called as parent class. A can be called as what? A parent class. A can be called as what? A parent class. And B can be called as subclass or a child class. Subclass or a child class or a derived class. So this is what single inheritance. Multiple inheritance in the sense deriving a class from what two classes can be called as multiple inheritance. Java does not support multiple inheritance. This problem or the Java is going to support multiple inheritance with the help of inheritance concept. Java does not support multiple inheritance, and this what multiple inheritance was supported by Java with the help of interfaces. With the help of what? Interfaces. Multi-level inheritance is nothing but deriving a new class from an existing class, and from derived class we are going to get one more class. From derived class we are going to get one more class, right? So this is what multi-level inheritance. Getting a class or deriving a new class from an existing class. From derived class we are going to create or we are going to derive one more class, and that is going to be what? Multi-level inheritance. That means if you are having more than one hierarchy, then it can be called as multi-level inheritance. B was derived from A and C was derived from B. So B acting as a child to A, and C acting as a child to B, and A is going to be the superclass. Okay. The next thing is hybrid inheritance. It's a combination of different inheritance. If it includes multiple inheritance, means then Java does not support things. Just remember, students, Java supports only two types of inheritance: multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance. That's it. Apart from that, it's not going to support any other inheritance topic. Hybrid and hierarchical, it's a combination of multiple or multi-level multi-level and multiple inheritance combination it might be. So it's not going to support these things. It supports only two inheritance. One is single inheritance, other one is multi-level inheritance. And how we are saying that acquiring the properties of one class into another class, how this is going to be happen. This is what one of the object-oriented programming principle. Inheritance is one of the object-oriented programming principle, and how we are going to get it. So we are going to get the properties of A into this properties of B, into the properties of B, by writing one simple instruction like this: class B extends A. So that what happens, B is going to become child to A, and whatever variables and methods that are there in A, those variables and methods will come into this B. I will be showing you practically how it is going to be happen. So whatever the variables and methods that we have in A, all those variables and methods will come into this B. And this inheritance can be achieved with the help of a concept or with the help of a keyword called extends. This inheritance topic in Java is achieved with the help of what? Extends keyword. With the help of what? Extends keyword. So if you write after any class name, if you write extends B, then automatically whatever the properties that we have in A, all those properties will come into this B. Okay, clear, right? A Java class cannot extend more than one class. If you're trying to extend, then Java compiler generates what? Error that we already discussed in the last class. Next thing is, and constructors are not inherited. Constructors are not inherited since they are not the members of the class. Constructors are not inherited since they are not the members of the class. I will be showing you the thing practically. I will be showing you today. And public default protected members are inherited, whereas private members are not inherited into your derived class. That means if your class A contains private members, those private members cannot come into your class B, which is derived from A. Right. Next thing is object is a superclass of all classes, and every object directly or indirectly inherited from your object class. Okay, I already discussed about this in the last class. Up to this, any doubts, students? This is what we discussed in the last class. Response, students, your response is very important for me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Okay. So when you write a class like this, a class space a demo, and automatically the compiler is going to generate this kind of thing. If there is no constructor, then compiler is going to generate the default constructor. If there is any constructor, then Java compiler is not going to generate any constructor. Right. So now this thing with respect to all of you, make a note of this, students, fast. Rasera Ivy, Nina, Resmond, Kartikeya.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, those are not written. Make a note of this fast, all of you. Yeah, most of the students are saying that completed. Just make a note of this. Those are not done. See, this very important, students. Try to understand this. Okay, this concepts are very important. Right. So the two statements that we have here, try to read out those two statements. Can anyone read out the two statements fast? Can anyone?
With respect to superclass, we can call superclass members only.
Okay. Next.
With respect to child or subclass object, we can call superclass members and subclass members.
What's the meaning in that, Pawan?
Superclass object to superclass members మాత్రమే యాక్సెస్ చేయగలుగుతాం.
Subclass?
Superclass subclass members be accessible.
Okay, very good. Okay, fine. See here, we have a class called A and we have a class called B. A contains two variables, one method. B contains two variables, one method. Now I'm going to create A object. And here, which one is child, which one is parent? Can anyone say which one is child, which one is parent?
A is parent,
A is parent, B is child.
Very good. A is parent, B is what? Child. Right. Now, if I create A object with respect to this A object, I can call only A class members. Okay, I can call only A class members. If I created a B class object, means I can call B as well as I can call A. Both class members I can call. So that's the meaning here. With respect to parent class object, we can call parent class members only. With respect to child class object, we can call superclass, that is parent class as well as child class members, Okay, right. Make a note of this. We'll be showing. I'm going to show you practically about what programs. Make a note of this first. With respect to superclass object, we can call superclass members. With respect to child class object, we can call both the superclass as well as child class object, or parent class as well as child class members. Completed?
Yes, sir.
sir.
So let's enter into a program. See here, I taken one class called parent, and in this parent class, I taken three variables a comma b comma c. After that, I'm taking one method, and the name of this method is get data method. I'm going to take. After that, I'm going to take one more method, that is set data method. I'm going to take. That means this parent class has three instance variables, two methods. One method is used to initialize the variables. Other method is used to print the variables. Next thing is I'm going with one more class, child. Class name is child. Extends parent, and this parent class consists of, so this child class consists of three variables, int x comma y comma z, and then I'm going to have one method called display. I'm going to print this variables x y z in the display function. Okay, so what happened here, this class parent has three variables and two methods, and this parent class was extended by child class. That means child class is going to extend parent class. So this child class has what two variables, so three variables and one method. Along with that, it contains the members of parent class. What does the parent class contains over here? The parent class contains two functions followed by three variables, and these two functions and three variables will come into this child class also. Now I'm going to close this child class. After that, I'm taking demo class here, and then inside this demo class, I'm taking public static void main string args. I'm creating child class object. Child class c is equal to new child, and then I'm going to call c.display. When I call c.display, control goes to where? Display function of display function. Where this display function is there in child class, it is there. So it is going to print the 0, 0, 0, because as soon as I create an object for this child c, the memory will be allocated for xyz, as well as the memory is going to be allocated for this abc, right? So what happens here, xyz is going to be printed. After printing this xyz, next instruction is c.get data. So this get data is not belongs to child class. You see, this child class doesn't contains get data, but it contains child get data present in parent class. So I'm going to call child class object. Therefore, child class object, I'm going to call the member of parent class. C.get data means control goes to parent class and it executes this one. So we have three instance variables over there, A, B, C, and in get data method, we are initializing 10, 20, and then 30. After that, next instruction is going to be C.set data. So control goes to set data function, which is there in parent method, and it is going to print this values 10, 20, 30. Okay, so this function, that means set data, get data functions, I'm accessing with the help of child class object. I'm accessing with the help of what? A child class object. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
So once again, I'm explaining, try to see here, the parent class contains the three variables ABC and two methods, get data, and one more method, that is set data. So get data is used to initialize the variables. Set data is used to print the data on the screen. Next, we have one more class, that is child, and this child class is going to extend parent class. That means it's going to extend the property of parent class. So with XYZ variable, as well as one function called display. If child class is extending the parent class, means whatever the properties that parent contains, those properties will come into child class. That means totally your child class contains 6 variables and 3 functions or 3 methods. When I create an object for child class, so that I can call the 6 variables as well as 3 methods. So that's what happened over here. I'm going with one more class based demo, and I'm going to print public static void main string args. Child c is equal to new child, and then c.display means which is there in child class. C.get data means which is there in parent class. C.set data means which is there in the parent class. Yes, save it, right? So let's run this program. Java C demo.java. Right, no error. Demo. You can see over there we got 0, 0, 0, after that 10, 20, 30. Right? Why we got like this? You can see when I'm going to call c dot display, control goes to display function. Here I'm going to print this xyz values, that is 000. After that, c dot get data means in this get data, what's the value that what we are going to do? We are initializing ABC values 10, 10, 20, and 30. After that, I'm going to print a c dot set data. The control goes to set data function here, and it prints ABC values. That's the reason we got 10, 20, 30. We got output as 000 and then 10, 20, and then 30. Now, question raises that suppose here you created a child class object. Now I'm going to create parent class object. Parent is equal to new parent, new parent. Okay, and p dot, if I call display, display belongs to which method, which class, ma?
Child, sir.
Child class, right? And p dot get data, and then p dot set data. So everything will be correct here, or any problem that we are going to get? Here I created a parent class object. I created parent class object. As per this instruction, what we need to do with respect to parent class object, we can call only parent class members. We cannot call subclass members, or we cannot call child class members with respect to parent class object. But what we are trying to do is we are going to call here p dot display. Display belongs to parent child class. It's not there in parent class, but I'm trying to call with respect to parent class object. Then Java compiler is going to generate an error. Let's see how it is going to generate an error. It simply gives that it doesn't find display method. It does not find display method. Cannot find symbol p dot display. That means with respect to parent class object, we cannot call child class members. With respect to parent class object, we cannot call parent class methods. So we cannot call child class methods or variables. Okay, clear with this, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 000, 10, 20, 30. This is with respect to these two things with respect to what child class object. And then I'm going to create a parent class object, and with respect to that object, we call the p dot get data and then p dot set data. That's the reason again we got 10, 20, and 30. Clear with everyone? Understood about this thing? It's going to be a simple program for inheritance. Okay, make a note of this fast, students. Randomly, I will ask one student to show your class notes. Make a note of this fast. Completed?
No, sir. Scroll and sir.
Completed? And for inheritance, if you got about explain different types of inheritance in Java means, then you can take this example, best example. So you can easily understand it. No confusion, nothing will be there in this. So here you need to get many doubts, students. Completed?
No, sir.
Take down output also. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Fine, very good. Any doubts in this? Students respond. Any doubts? Response, students.
రెండిట్లో ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ తీసుకుంటాం,
ఏంటన్నా
వేరియబుల్ సేమ్ తీసుకుంటాం.
అర్థం కాలేదు. What you're asking?
Yesterday you asked us when it was same variables.
సేమ్ వేరియబుల్స్ తీసుకుంటే యాక్సెస్ ఎలా చేస్తాం?
Yeah. That's the doubt that you need to get, right? Fine, very good doubt. Then we'll be using a keyword called super. So with the help of super keyword, we are going to access the members. Okay, very good. Completed? Response, students.
Yes, sir.
ఎస్ సార్.
Completed, sir.
Fine. See, just now Pawan had asked one doubt. I'm doing the same thing over here. I'm taking int a comma b comma c, 3 variables I'm taking, and then I'm going to with one function called void space set data, one function called void space display. Now I'm going with child class, and this child class doesn't know that there is some functions with the name called display and then set data. Knowingly or without knowingly, the child class, what they have done is they're taken same function names and same variables, same function names over here, abc, and same function names over here. Okay, that means child class also contains abc variable. Child class also contains a method called set data, and child class also contains a method called display, right? So so what happens, you can see the code, what is there in this. So in set data method, we are initializing abc values with respect to 10, 20, 30. In display method, we are going to print means we will be getting 10, 20, 30. Now in child class set data method, what happens is we're initializing the variable values as 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to print these values with the 1, 2, 3. After that, I'm going with demo 2, public static void main string args, and then child c is equal to new child. Child c is equal to new child. After that, I'm going to call set data, and then I'm going to call display. Now what happens is, as a JVM, what I will be thinking is, I created an object called child object I created. When I created child class object, then I will be thinking about the members of child only. First of all, I will be thinking about the members of child. I won't be thinking about the members of parent. Okay, now here what happens is c dot set data is there. Now whenever I'm going to call c dot set data, first of all the control goes to child class, and here we'll be seeing whether c dot set data method is available or not. If set data method is available, I'm going to execute here itself. I will not go to parent class. I won't go to parent class for checking purpose. If set data is not available, then only I will be going to the parent class. Then only I will be going with what? Parent class. Clear with this? Everyone, ఇక్కడ నేను చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేశాను. చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు పేరెంట్ క్లాస్ లో చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ లో రెండిట్లో సేమ్ వేరియబుల్ నేమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, సేమ్ మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. Same variable names as well as same methods. And your child class also contains same variables and same method. Okay, right? I created child class object. Whenever I created child class object, I'm going to call set data. Now question raises which set data method will come, whether main parent class set data or child class set data. So child class set data will be executed, not parent class. Okay. After that, c dot display means what happens? It goes to child class display method. Child class display method. Clear with the students' response?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with respect to this child class, I'm going to call set data display method, and this set data display method available in child class as well as parent class. But we created child class object first. Initially, it goes to the child class. In the child class, if method is available, then it executes it. If method is not available, then only it looks for the what do you say parent method, parent class. Okay. So here method is available. It executes this method only. Okay. Save it. Java C space demo2.java. Right. So we'll be getting 1, 2, 3. That's it. But now what we required is we need to access the members of parent class. We need to access the members of what? Parent class. In order to access the members of parent class, we need to use a keyword called super, because parent and child, they both are having same variables and same methods. Parent having ABC, set data, display method. Child also having ABC, set data, and then display method. Now what happens is when I create a child class object, I'm in a position to call child class members as well as parent class members. Child class members as well as what? Parent class members. Two members I can call. But here what happening is the child class members are hiding the parent class members. Child class members are hiding the parent class members. Okay, it's not able to identify because same name and same functions are there, so it's not going to identify the parent class members and parent class things. In order to resolve such type of problems, whenever a child class and parent class having same members with same name, in that case, if you want to access the parent class members, then the Java is going to provide us, the Java is providing us a super keyword. With the help of super keyword, we can call super class members. It might be variable or it might be what? Method, whatever it might be. Okay, let's go with one more program over here. Let's go with one more program over here. Notepad demo3.java. See, so same thing I done here. I taken what same parent void set data display function, right? Three variables, two methods, and here 10, 20, 30. Now child class, and again here ABC void set data, and then I'm going to initialize ABC values of child class. After that, I'm going to call super dot set data. From which method I'm going to call set data method of child class? I'm going to call super dot set data. If super dot set data means what happens? It looks in the main method. It looks in the parent class method. Parent class. If parent class contains set data method, it executes it. If parent class doesn't contain set data method, it generates an error. It generates what? Error. And same thing happens with respect to display function, right? So they return display function and then they are going to print the values of ABC. After that, they are going to call super dot display. Super dot display. Immediately control goes to parent class display method. Immediately control goes to what? Parent class and display method. Okay.
సార్
Now
అక్కడ డిస్ప్లేలో ఏ వాల్యూస్ డిస్ప్లే అవుతాయి సార్ అప్పుడు
a display nana.
చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ లో మళ్ళీ డిస్ప్లేకి వస్తాం కదా సార్ సూపర్ డాట్ సెట్ డేటా పిలిచిన తర్వాత
ఓకే సూపర్ డాట్ సెట్ డేటా అంటే ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయినప్పుడు
అక్కడ
A10 B20 C20 C30 అయింది. అయిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ చెప్పినాను
ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన డిస్ప్లేలో 10, 20, 30 ఉంటాయి సార్.
ఎక్కడ డిస్ప్లే అంటున్నావు? ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు 1, 2, 3 వస్తాయి వాల్యూస్.
అంటే ఇక్కడ సూపర్ డాట్ సెట్ డేటా పిలిచాము కదా సార్ ఫంక్షన్.
అవును, సూపర్ డాట్ సెట్ డేటా ఫంక్షన్ పిలిచినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ చూడనా, పేరెంట్ క్లాస్ లో ఏబిసి ఉంది. ఓకేనా, చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ లో ఏబిసి ఉంది. టోటల్ గా చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ లో ఎన్ని వేరియబుల్స్ వస్తాయి మనకి? 6 వేరియబుల్స్ వస్తాయి. ఓకే, వన్ మినిట్. So total 6 variables will be getting in a parent and child class. So total 6 variables will come into this display method, sorry, in child class. Now when I'm going to call super dot display, నేను కాల్ చేసినప్పుడు see child class is there. So child class is there, and this child class is referred with some variable called C. And in this variable, totally we have what 6 what variables. This is ABC. This is what right? Okay. So in that what all these variables, 6 variables will be there, and the 6 variables here A, B, and then C. These are all child class, and let us assume that these are all parent class. A, B, C. Okay, parent class variables are there. Now whenever what we are going to call C dot A, it will take this values only. It will consider only this members. These are all what child class instance variables, so it considers only this one. It's not going to consider this parent class. It's not going to consider this parent class members. So what we are done is we are going to call here set data. So we went to the set data method. In set data method, what we have done, we initialized 1, 2, 3. So here we'll be initializing 1 and 2, 3. After that, we are calling what super dot set data. That means control goes to this method. In this set data method, I'm initializing 10, 20, and then 30. Right? So that means parent class instance variables contains now 10, 20, and then 30. 10, 20, and then 30. Now, after that, I'm going to call, after this, what happens here? After this, what happens? I'm going to call display. Whenever the control goes to display function, in this display function, I'm going to print ABC values first of all. And which is the control is there in which class right now? This display method control is there in which class? Child class. So it prints ABC values of child. ABC values of child means 1, 2, 3 it will print. After printing 1, 2, 3, what happens is we have one more instruction super dot display. That means control goes to parent class. In this parent class display, I'm going to print again ABC values. Parent class ABC members, what's the values that we have? 10, 20 values we have. So we used to get 10, 20, and then 30. Any doubts in this, students? See, demo 3, public static void main string args. I'm creating child class object. I'm going to call c.setData. Control goes to c.setData method. Here, inside this c.setData method, we have what ABC values. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3. And that means child class instance variables ABC has been initialized A1, 2, 3. That means child class instance variables ABC has been initialized with 1, 2, 3. After that, I'm going to call parent class method super.setData. It goes to parent class method. In this parent class method, again, what we are done, we are initialized ABC values with respect to 10, 20, 30. See, ABC of child class is different. ABC of parent class is different. ABC of child class contains 1, 2, 3. ABC of parent class contains what 10, 20, 30. Two separate copies are there with same name. Two separate copies are there with same name. When control is there in child class, then child class ABC you will be getting. When control is there in parent class, you will be getting parent class ABC. Parent class ABC, what 10, 20, 30. Right? Super dot set data means it goes to parent class, and parent class will be initializing this ABC values. After that, I'm going to call display. Display means C dot display. Control goes to display method. In this display method, again I'm going to print ABC. Now control in child class ABC values will be printed. What's the value of child class ABC values? 1, 2, 3 will be printed. After that, they are calling super dot display. It goes to display of parent class, and it prints the system.out.println of ABC. Child parent class ABC values will be getting. Parent class ABC values are what? 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, and then 30. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about remaining students? I'm not getting any response, especially from girls. Now P dot set data and P dot display. So in this case, which one is going to be called?
Parent data and display.
Here this, when I creating parent class object, I'm going to call P dot set data means parent class method will be called or child class method will be called. This is going to be called or this is going to be called.
Parent class.
Parent class method is going to be called, right? So P dot display means again parent class method is going to be called. Okay, first we are called with respect to child class. So what we got here, 1, 2, 3. Set data means it goes to initialize 1, 2, 3. After that, super dot set data means it goes to parent class, initialize ABC values as 10, 20, 30. After that, C dot display we call. C dot display we call. Then control goes to display, and from that display again it goes to what? From that display it prints 1, 2, 3. After that it prints what? It goes to the main method display. It prints 10, 20, 30. And after that we have created parent class object and we call set data. Set data means the initializing with respect to 10, 20, 30. After that P dot display means again we'll be getting 10, 20, and then 30. That means last instruction is this function call output. Okay, clear with this, students? Everyone respond how to use super.
Yes, sir.
Super is one keyword in Java and which is used to call superclass members and methods from subclass. Superclass members and methods from subclass. Super is one keyword in Java which is used to call superclass members from subclass. Okay, clear with this?
Yes, sir.
సార్
చెప్పు.
సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ని ఇప్పుడు మెయిన్ మెథడ్ లో యూజ్ చేయొచ్చా సార్?
సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ని మెయిన్ మెథడ్ లో యూజ్ చేయొచ్చా, అంతేనా? ఓకే, నేను ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేయలేదు, యూజ్ చేసి చూద్దాం.
అంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం పేరెంట్ మెంబర్స్ ని కాల్ చేయడానికి చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ లోకి వెళ్ళి కాల్ చేసాం, అలా కాకుండా మెయిన్ మెథడ్ లోనే ముందు కాల్ చేయడానికి వీలవుతుందా?
మెయిన్ మెథడ్ నుంచే ఆ మెంబర్స్ సూపర్ క్లాస్ మెథడ్ ని కాల్ చేయాలి. If they have, even though they have what same name, that's what you are asking, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any provision to call like that? Just wait, I'm thinking. Let's see with this instruction. C dot super dot set method. I think it won't work. It generates an error. Very good question. Okay, I will see it and I will get back to you, Gayatri. Then evening class I will be explaining, right? Your question is,
Okay, sir.
if you take the same name and we need to call that method from main method, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I will get back to that. Is
Sir?
there any provision? Yes, Srikhar.
ఇన్ కేస్ స్టాటిక్ మెంబర్ అనేది సూపర్ క్లాస్ లో ఉంది సార్, స్టాటిక్ వేరియబుల్ అయిన మెథడ్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉన్నప్పుడు అది స్టాటిక్ మెథడ్ మెంబర్ ఏదో ఒకటి నాకు సూపర్ క్లాస్ లో ఉంది.
ఓకే,
అదేమో సబ్ క్లాస్ లోకి ఇన్హెరిట్ అయింది.
Okay.
అయినప్పుడు మనకు ఒక ప్రొవిజన్ ఉంది కదా సార్, క్లాస్ నేమ్ తో పిలుచుకోవచ్చు స్టాటిక్ మెంబర్స్ ని అని.
అవును.
అప్పుడు నేను సబ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్ తో పిలుచుకోవచ్చా సార్ ఆ మెంబర్స్ ని?
Yeah, it will come, right? You can call it, no problem.
ఓకే సార్.
Just here itself will be taking it. Static interspace x is equal to 10. Now in the parent class, what are we in a position to access it or not, right? Not in the main method, are we in a position to access it or not by using child class, right? And then Sridhar,
ఎస్ సార్ అంతే.
ఇప్పుడు ఇది execute అవుతే no issue, right? It will execute it. It will, without any error, it will execute. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
So any other doubts, students? A very good doubt that has been got yesterday from Srikar. Having many things I given in WhatsApp message also, 2 programs I may given him. And today I got one more doubt from one more student, Gayatri. I will be addressing this doubt what in the evening class, Gayatri. Okay, right. Students, make a note of this. First, write down super. Take the super. Super is a keyword actually. It is used to access superclass members from subclass. Super is a keyword which is used to access superclass members from subclass. So if this point covers means, okay, I will. Super is used to access superclass members from subclass. Next, super can be used. Super can be used with respect to methods and variables. Super can be used with respect to methods and variables. Super can be used with respect to methods and variables. So super dot variable, super dot method, super dot variable, and super dot method. Super dot variable and super dot method. Okay, completed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Make a note of this, students, fast. So right, include static variable also, no problem. Make it fast, students. Then in the evening session, we'll be going with some other topic. Okay. Mostly within what by tomorrow, today we'll be closing off super function which discussed in our evening classroom. Super function గురించి చెప్పేస్తే inheritance అయిపోతుంది. And then we'll be entering into the topic called polymorphism. So by tomorrow we'll be closing off unit 1. By tomorrow evening we'll be closing off unit 1. Yes.
Scroll in.
And try to practice these programs, all of you students. The evening I will be sharing you the programs. Lalita is there or not? Nowadays I'm not receiving any queries or any questions from Lalita. Lalita, are you there? Mrudula, okay, everything is okay, Mrudula?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Completed? Take this output also. Students respond completed or not?
No, sir.
So slowly the count was reducing, I don't know. And everyone has to attend the evening session, students. If you attend, then definitely you'll be getting some benefit. In terms of what means, I will show you definitely. Those who are going to attend for them, definitely I will be showing you the benefit. Okay. Completed?